Welcome back. We are going to read chapter 27 of Sharon Flake's The Skin I'm In today. This is the last chapter for your Wednesday assignment, although we will finish the novel this week nonetheless. We are now in the falling action, knowing that the climax is that Miss Saunders' classroom burned down and it was Malika's fault. And so we're starting to question how Malika is responding to this incident and how it will change her underlying conflict that is she has no self-confidence, right? So I'm asking you this week to explore the idea of strength and courage. Does Malika have it? And why do you say yes or no? You can say either way. You just have to back it up with evidence. I'm asking you to describe the character of Malika because she is starting to change a little bit after this climax. And then finally, I'm going to ask you about whether or not you agree with Malika's decisions at the end of chapter 27, today's reading. At the end of the novel, I'm also going to ask you to reflect on which character had the biggest influence on Malika. The reason I'm telling you that now is that I want you to consider what's happening from the climax forward as you make that choice. Thinking through the fact that Chard is the one who led her to make this bad decision to get back at Miss Saunders, but there's a lot more than just that going on, so I want you to keep watching. Go ahead and go to Google Classroom and get your copy of The Skin I'm In ready so you can follow along with me. It's always better to learn in multiple ways, so you can hear me, you can see it with your own eyes, and you can read it by yourself as well. So get that ready, and then go ahead. You can pause this now and press play when you're ready to move on. Chapter 27. Mama found out what I done. I ain't never gonna get off punishment. That's what Mama says. She whooped me all the way from the school security guard's office to our house. I got suspended at school. Every time Mama thought about that, she whooped me again. I was so embarrassed. Mama never hit me before, not till today. Mama can't hardly talk or look at me. She's been crying all day. She doesn't even go to work, play the numbers, or look at the stocks. She just talks to the neighbors and cries. I stay upstairs as long as I can. When my stomach starts hurting, I head downstairs to get something to eat. You want some tea? Mama asks. I didn't drink it yet. She pushes her cup over to me and sits there a while, rubbing my hands with her warm, soft fingers. We both start crying. Didn't mean for it to happen, Mama, I say. Shh, she says. Then she comes over to me and holds me in her arms and rocks me like she did when I was little. Malika, I've been thinking all day how to undo what you've done, how to pay the school back, how to get you to tell me who put you up to this. Look at my arms, she says, rolling up her dress sleeves. They're covered in tiny red bumps. So is her neck and one of her ears. Tiny bumps break out on every part of Mama's body when her nerves get the best of her. Most times I put lotion on them to make them stop itching. I've been thinking all day, trying to figure out how to raise $2,000 to pay for the damages. The more I thought about it, the more I broke out in bumps, she said, scratching. Then she goes on. She talks so calm and peaceful. She says she realizes that I'm not going to learn nothing from her trying to save me. You got to think that you're worth saving, baby. Got to realize who you are is all you got. Mama says that she believes that someone as smart as me can figure her way out of this mess, no matter how big it is. Me? I'm scared to death. I'm begging Mama not to do this to me. I'm crying, wiping snot and tears away. I'm following Mama out of the kitchen, asking her to talk to the teachers and make this thing right again. But Mama ain't having it. She turns on the hallway light and heads upstairs. I try not to cry, but I can't help it. Mama ain't being fair. I want to remind her that when Daddy died, I was there for her. How come she can't be there for me now? But when Mama makes up her mind, there ain't no use in trying to change it. $2,000. She knows I can't get money like that. I'm thinking about how I can make me some money, but before I can start to think on it too much, the phone rings. It's Charlize. She wants to know if I told on her. No, I say, but that don't mean I ain't gonna. Malika, hang up that phone. You know you on restriction, Mama says from the bathroom. All right, Mama, I call, acting like I'm hanging up. I lower my voice and tell Char I got to go, but she keeps on talking. I can't get in no more trouble, she says. Last time I cut the roof on that teacher's car, they said I would be expelled from school if I did anything like that again. Well, I'm already suspended, I say. Why should I get in trouble by myself? I said, we should leave the school. Why didn't you listen? I say. What I want to tell Char is, so what if she gets kicked out of school? She's too old for 7th grade anyhow. But I don't say nothing. Char's sister Juju is gonna pay her $400 if she gets herself through 7th grade this time. Char don't want to lose that kind of cash. No way. Char admits that she should have listened to me, but it's too late now. She just wants to know if she can count on me keeping my mouth shut. If I do, she says, she will bring me even better clothes to wear. I don't know what to do. Ain't no need for all of us to get in trouble. Bad enough I got caught. Y'all gonna help me pay this money back? I ask. Yeah, we got your back, girlfriend, Char says. Then, so you won't tell? We in the clear? The twins and me? She asks before she hangs up. Char knows me. She knows that she can trust me to keep quiet, not to squeal. Yeah, y'all in the clear. As long as you can help me pay back the cash, I tell her. Char says she will talk to the twins tomorrow at school. She'll call me later and let me know what they say. Then Char says, "You my girl, Malika. I knew I could count on you." Dear Diary, remember the acorn. Even when you don't see it growing, it's pushing past the dirt, reaching for the sun, growing stronger. Malika. I look at the words on that paper. They sound good, all right, but are they true? I don't feel no stronger or braver today than I did a few weeks back. This is stupid, I think, grabbing hold of the page and ripping it out of the diary. Then I ball that mess up and throw it in the trash can. Okay. So at the beginning of the novel, Malika's conflict is that she has low self-esteem. She struggles with that throughout the novel, and it influences all of her decisions, including the fact that she's trying to decide who to hang out with and what relationships are giving her strength versus which ones are not. She wants to be stronger to get over this conflict on her own. But unfortunately, she chooses the wrong relationship, and her relationship with Char leads her to accidentally burn down Miss Saunders' classroom. So that's just a summary of the novel so far. But where we're really at right now is the falling action. So in order to truly understand the full plot, right now we have to ask ourselves, how will this event, meaning the climax, influence or change Malika's conflict? And already you're starting to see, just like the rising action, she's still struggling with this idea of strength, but now she's able to name it a little better. Before, she's just kind of wishy-washy with her choices, but now we actually saw her write in her diary this metaphor of an acorn or a seed. That's really what an acorn is, trying to push past the dirt and grow up into the light, and she sees herself in that metaphor, or at least she wants to. We're also asking ourselves what the character is learning. So the first question is going to lead us to the resolution, and the second one will lead us into the theme. So when you go back over to Google Classroom, I asked you a lot about those specific types of questions, but in a more specific way to the novel. I asked you about strength and courage. Does Malika show them in these chapters? And you have to provide evidence to explain your answer. I asked you about the quote about the acorn, so her diary entry where she compares herself to an acorn. Do those words really describe her? Because she's trying to decide if they do or don't. She wrote them, and then she says, I don't even know if that's true. So I'm asking you if you think that's true about Malika. And then the final question is really an opinion-based question. I just want to know if you think Malika's right in not telling. She said she's not going to tell on Char. Do you think that's a good decision? Why or why not? What would you do if you were Malika? So really putting yourself in this character's place to understand her point of view. And then when you're done with that, there is a Thursday assignment, and I will finish reading the novel with you here. So hopefully I'll see you back here real soon to finish up the novel. I miss you all a lot. I wish I could read with you in person, but I'm glad I can read with you here. Enjoy the rest of your day, scholars.